actually was born in Rotterdam, but I've lived my whole life in Brazil, so I did feel quite alienated from the city when I moved here. But I remember this particular course at EUC called Project Development, and in that course we did a tour of Rotterdam, of some certain areas, with some urban planners, and they really started describing the symbolism behind certain monuments in the city. And for instance, I know there's this very famous bridge here in Rotterdam, the Erasmus Bridge, and they mentioned how the design of that particular bridge with the strings, it's quite symbolic to show the connection between two separate parts of the city, the north and south of Rotterdam. And it was really like the strings were pulling the two sides together with the bridge. And just little inputs like that about the city made it a lot more personal for me and allowed me to connect more with the city that is super historical, but also was built after World War II. So little details like that was very nice.
I think for me this is a very interesting one since I'm born and raised in Rotterdam, but this journey at EUC has really made me feel like an international in my hometown, and I think in that sense it's really changed my perspective on the city in a better way.
I feel like I'm connected to Rotterdam in a special way because EUC allowed me to get to know the city and its sights and sounds throughout the 3 years. Secondly, I'm obviously a big fan of Feyenoord, so that helps. And lastly, I also learned about the disparity between the north and south of Rotterdam and how Rotterdam is trying to tackle that. And I hope to take that into my internship in Malawi later this year, where I will be focusing on development, and take it into my master in development economics in autumn of 2021.
So for me, my connection with Rotterdam started in Lucia. You're chucked in a building with 200, 250 other first years, and experiencing Rotterdam in the framework of Lucia was an introduction that I really couldn't be more thankful for. I think because of the people I was with, a combination of Dutch and international, all experiencing this for the first time. I think for me it was something that was really interesting. And I'd say that in my first years when, it takes a bit of time to figure out, but after first year going into second and going into third, I think the love for Rotterdam is really only built up and up from the start in Lucia.
I think Rotterdam has a lot of character, and I did not expect it when I first moved here, but then I fell in love with the city quite quickly. Though the weather is not always so nice, I think it has a lot of opportunities and things to explore and to discover. And then obviously living in Lucia at the middle of the city on Stadhuisplein is a great opportunity because you live in the middle of everything, of the shops, the food stores, the restaurant side, and then also the party scene, whilst also being really close to your university. So you kind of are forced to explore the city a bit. And then it's a beautiful city and it's great to be part of. And even after I've graduated, I'm still here and I don't quite know when I'm going to leave.
There are so many ways I was connected to Rotterdam through EUC. First of all, they give you lots of opportunities to do research about people at EUC and areas of Rotterdam, which I opted in to do. Secondly, I also played hockey at the local club of Rotterdam, and that was through a connection here at EUC. And in general, being in the center of EUC, smack in the city center, it also helps you feel like you're living a real Rotterdamer life, which I definitely have been for the last 3 years.